Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A nearly 4-year-long search for a missing Grand Forks County woman is over. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. The remains of 82-year-old Florence Dumont have been found and identified in Idaho. Authorities have ruled out foul play and believe the Ardagh, North Dakota woman died as a result of a traffic accident. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has all the details.
Florence Dumont was driving alone when she left her rural Ardagh home in October of 2011 to visit relatives in Washington State. She was last seen on surveillance cameras getting gas in Butte, Montana. Last week, 200 miles down Interstate 90 at Lookout Pass, Idaho, a hiker found a limb with a prosthetic knee attached that matched Dumont's serial number. Then, authorities using a helicopter found her pickup nearby at the bottom of a massive ravine. The sheriff says that stretch of road is often icy in October.
According to a daughter of Florence, she said her mother was notorious for not wearing her seatbelt. So I would say if that's the case, then she was probably ejected out of the vehicle.
Authorities say they also found a skull near the wreck that rules out foul play.
Foul play by the skull. They looked at the skull and determined that what was there should be there as far as any marks or trauma, and from a vehicle, I guess, tumbling that distance.
So nearly 4 years after it started, the long-running case of what happened to Florence Dumont appears to be over. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Idaho authorities still need to make some official rulings on Dumont's death, but authorities here believe that the case has been solved. Multiple wildfires continue to burn across Canada, and they forced evacuations of entire communities yesterday. According to Canadian broadcaster CBC, 50 new fires sprung up over the weekend in British Columbia as several communities declared states of emergency. Now, you may have noticed we've gotten a break from some of the smoke here, but some people continue to worry about their health. Coming up tonight at 6, Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop talks with a local doctor about how you can protect yourself. But although it may seem like we're in the clear, the smoke may come back. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to get the latest. Lisa?
Thank you, Stephanie. This morning we woke up to a lot of smoke, then that wind picked up and helped to clear it out. In fact, it's pushed it down into parts of eastern South Dakota and Minnesota. That's where the air quality index is unhealthy for everyone in red there. We do have a couple of places in Lakes Country where we do have some concerns about air quality for sensitive groups, but notice out to the west, Bismarck, western North Dakota, southern parts of Manitoba, there's more bad air to our north and west. And as these winds quiet down tonight, we're going to watch our visibility get reduced once again. Right now, visibility pretty good across much of the region with that wind still on the strong side, bringing in cool, dry air out of the north, gusting into the 20s to near 30 miles per hour. Our temperature is in the 60s for just about everyone out there today, and tonight we're going to expect to see those temperatures to stay in the 60s for at least a little while. A cold night ahead, and staff, as I mentioned, as that wind dies down, that opportunity, or maybe I shouldn't say opportunity, that fall or that area of smoke may once again start to drift into the valley for tonight and tomorrow.
Okay, it's still going to be a little bit of an issue.
It's going to stick with us for some time.
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
You bet.
Well, the Crookston Police Department has received more than 20 reports of vandalism, theft, and burglary in the past week, and they say that many people are leaving doors unlocked. The Crookston Police Chief says the reports include damage to property, broken windows, burglary, and theft from vehicles. 14 of the incidents involved our vehicles, 10 of them, and 14 were unlocked. Electronics, televisions, credit and debit cards, cash, personal information, tools, and cell phones were all stolen. The locations vary throughout the city. Now, police say they're unsure if all the crimes are related, but if you have any information, call the Crookston Police Department right away. The Fargo Police Department's job is to notify you, the public, when sex offenders change their address. Today, a warning was sent out about Ramon Martinez. Police say that he's a high-risk offender, but he's listed as homeless. Many of you asked how police keep neighborhoods safe when an offender classified as dangerous doesn't have a permanent address. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric goes to work to get some answers for you.
Within minutes of Fargo PD posting, concerned citizens started commenting. Ashley asked, "I thought they had to register a permanent address." Chrissy typed, "How can any neighborhood take the extra precautions needed if no one even knows where he's at?" So I took these questions and concerns and brought them here downtown to the police station in Fargo to get some answers for you.
Especially our higher risk offenders have great difficulty locating housing here in our community.
Lieutenant Vettel says offenders living in the state but with no permanent address have to check in with officers every day.
It's not perfect. It certainly has issues that we need to try to continue to evolve, but again, there's never going to be a perfect system.
Nobody will rent to those people. Nobody will give them a job for the most part. When I say nobody, I mean almost nobody. And yet they say, okay, you're supposed to have a place to stay. And so of course they're going to say they're homeless.
Richie tried for years to bring a solution to town, housing those folks, sex offenders included, who had nowhere else to go.
The people who are now labeled as sex offenders are the lepers of today's society. They are the same people that in Christ's time would have been lepers.
Richie says many of the offenders living in our neighborhoods and on our streets have already served their time, but it's crucial to know where the worst offenders are.
It's dangerous for society. If these people are not a problem, then we shouldn't have to worry about it. But if they are a problem, then it is dangerous. And it's one of those things where I'm saying that eventually, and sadly, because we have ignored this problem, something bad's going to happen.
Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Fargo Police Lieutenant Joel Vettel says the best way to keep you and your family safe is to just use common sense. He says it's the little things like paying extra attention to your neighbor that can mean the difference between spotting a danger and not. And if there's an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. A Grand Forks woman is facing DWI and fleeing charges after leading Polk County deputies on a chase across state lines. County officials say 46-year-old Rhonda Wilkins was traveling the wrong direction on Highway 2 in East Grand Forks on Saturday night. He tried to pull her over, but she sped off still in the oncoming lane. The deputy pursued her into Grand Forks, where Wilkins finally was stopped. The man who runs one of the premier summer attractions in the valley says that if you're planning on going to the Red River Valley Fair this week, plan ahead. The Ferris wheel, fun houses, and other fair attractions rolled in on Sunday, and setup started early this morning. The fair's general manager, Brian Schultz, says the construction on Main Avenue is going to change the way you normally get to the fair. He recommends taking the interstate, then getting off on exit 343 or taking 13th Avenue all the way to the grounds.
Don't think that you're going to get here if you've got a 6 o'clock time frame you want to be here. Don't plan on getting here or trying to be here at 6 and leaving North Fargo at 5 to 6. It's going to take you a lot longer.
Now the fair starts tomorrow at 1 and it goes all the way until Sunday. Well, it's Monday, and with the number of homes being built in the Red River Valley, homeowners are now looking for ways to improve their yards. Valley News Team's Christy Larson got the experts' help on projects that can be done alone or by a professional.
We are talking today about building a better yard for your home so your family can enjoy it for years to come. And we're here with Eric Zwingle with Signature Landscaping. And let's talk about a few of those projects people can do on their own without bringing in a contractor.
Right, you can definitely do your foundation work on your own. You can do your plants, rock, edging. Those things are all something you can do. We do advise making sure you have a design done to make sure it's built properly and looks great when you're done. You can also plant trees and go a little farther depending on how much work you want to do.
And looking at some of the yards that Signature Landscaping has done, you guys have some beautiful areas that you do need to bring a contractor, and things like boulders and special sidewalking as well.
When you get into the larger scale type things such as patios, sidewalks, boulder walls, stuff like that, you're going to want to hire a professional just for the sheer size of the material and the amount of effort and work it comes into making sure it's going to stay that way and looking great for a long time.
And two, you guys help design different things by talking with the homeowners homeowners, and that's something that really needs to be planned. You have to schedule ahead of time.
Right. We really advise you to schedule months in advance, even if in the winter and you know you're going to have a house that's going to be done in the spring or even in the middle of the summer. You want to make sure you're getting planning done and making sure you're meeting with somebody and getting on somebody's schedule as soon as you can, because people book up fast with the short season.
And before booking up with someone too, you want to make sure you're asking your neighbors, get those referrals to make sure you're hiring someone safe so you can put your yard in hands you trust.
All right, thank you, Christy. And for more on Signature Landscapes, go to valleynewslive.com. We have a link to their homepage under our Hot button. Still ahead.